When you first started playing Roboquest, chances are that you thought this would be an easy game. Perhaps it's the art style, the friendly looking characters, or just the weakly looking Badbots you encounter. Nevertheless, you were easily proven wrong, and death after death, you are asking yourself, why is this game so hard?
That's what she said.
Well, have no fear, as there's hope. If I can beat the hardest difficulty, so can you. So in this video, I'll be explaining why you suck at Roboquest. Episode 1, Movement. You might have noticed that in Roboquest, enemies tend to shoot you most when you are standing still or while you're rushing them head on. This is actually a key thing this game tries to teach you from the very beginning.
Now type GGEZ. Scout, this is nonsense.
Don't stand still. Easier said than done, right? Kind of, but there's ways you can work on this. Movement is vital, and as you increase the difficulty of the game, you'll quickly realize all of the mistakes you're making.
Skill issue.
There are 6 core mechanics to make yourself move faster in Roboquest. Sprinting, sliding, jumping, gadgets, character abilities, and bunny hopping. Each core method can be combined with one another to really utilize your movement's capabilities. By the end of the video, you'll have a better understanding on how each of these 6 core mechanics work and how to really utilize them in your gameplay, so stay around till the end so you do not miss a thing. For starters, you should set sprint to automatic in your settings so you don't have to keep inputting the sprint button, which also activates faster than you can even press the sprint button. This is because you always want to be moving quickly, whether inside or outside of combat, whether you want to complete each zone as quickly as possible or just to not get hit. Sprinting is a key mechanic you want to utilize in your gameplay and is the easiest way you can make yourself mobile. Sprinting can be easily combined with other mobility options to ensure you're never standing still or just moving around slowly.
Can't touch me. Can't touch me.
Sliding in Roboquest doesn't work the way it would in traditional first-person shooters. This is because in other FPS games you need to sprint into a crouch to activate a slide. Roboquest said, nah, we're gonna do this our own way, but letting us slide in any direction whether we are standing still, walking, or sprinting. As you may already know, sliding in Roboquest gives you a fast jolt of movement in any direction, which can be utilized best during combat to avoid projectiles or even rapidly changing the direction you're going. The slide button will be one of the most used buttons during your time in Roboquest, so make sure your bindings make this an efficient process. For me, I've bound slide button to M4 on my mouse so I do not have to take my left hand off any of the movement keys during combat. This is true for controller too, and it's no secret that mobility is even more difficult with the controller, so try to make the button bindings as comfortable as possible. If you're finding the video helpful so far, then be sure to drop a like on the video. I plan on expanding on this series, so be sure to subscribe so you do not miss out. And if you have any suggested topics, feel free to suggest them down in the comment section below. Within each zone, there's obstacles you can either go around or just jump over. Due to the way jumping works in Roboquest, it can also help you maintain momentum when used correctly. Jumping also allows you to hop over projectiles too, which in turn makes you a harder target to hit. We also need to utilize jumps when it comes to bunny hopping, which we'll discuss in just a moment. Jumps can be used offensively in order to do a head bonk on enemies, stunning them or even killing them entirely. Head bonks are performed when you land directly onto an enemy and is something you should really utilize in every battle. There are 2 key gadgets that will really change up the way you move in Roboquest, which are the jetpack and grappling hook. If you haven't unlocked all of the gadgets yet, I made a detailed video on exactly how to unlock them. Let's first talk about the jetpack. The jetpack allows you to sustain yourself in the air for longer periods of time, and just like the jump, it can sustain pre-existing momentum. However, the jetpack on its own is really slow and can make you an easier target to hit. On the other hand, we have the grappling hook. The grappling hook is one of the only things in the game that gives you iframes during its use. An iframe stands for invincibility frame, which is a literal term that means you're invincible during those specific frames. For the grappling hook, iframes are active during the pull animation. This can help you get out of sticky situations with its mobility while also allowing you to not lose health. On top of iframes, the grappling hook also allows you to stun enemies it latches onto, providing greater utility and offensive opportunities. For example, I got into the habit of grappling directly onto sniper turrets to stun them before they can shoot me. These two gadgets alone will absolutely change how you move in Roboquest and should be something you unlock right away.
Shut up and take my money!
There's a few character abilities in Roboquest that can provide mobility. This is reserved for more advanced players due to the nature of abilities being limited with long cooldowns. Commando's rocket, if shot right under you, can propel you into the air, while Recon's dash lets you teleport a short distance in front of you. Recon's dash is the only other thing in the game that gives iframes, which are active during the dash. Utilizing these abilities from both classes can help you stun surrounding enemies, while also providing an escape. Personally, I find Commando's rocket to be better used as a weapon than a tool to move around, as we already have many other things to help us get into the air. Recon's dash is great offensively if you do choose to dash into groups of enemies in order to stun them, and works best in tandem with melee builds. Even though these abilities can be niche, they have strong potential to increase your mobility, especially if you by chance are getting into speedrunning.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Bunny hopping in Roboquest works as it would in other games that allow you to bunny hop. The difference is, in Roboquest, it makes you go extremely fast. In order to bunny hop, you have to slide and then jump right before the slide animation ends, and right before you land, activate your slide. If you do this repeatedly, you're bunny hopping. The hard part is getting the timing correct, as it directly correlates with how fast this makes you. The other drawback is that your accuracy will take a large hit in combat if you do this while trying to take down enemies. If you're able to learn how to bunny hop while maintaining high accuracy, nothing in this game will be able to take you down. You can freely practice this in the safety of the base camp. If you master this, you will become... You might have realized at this point that I didn't go into too much detail on the direction you go while moving around in combat, as this does deserve its own video. I will say that your best bet is to run in a circular motion around enemies while utilizing the core movements mechanics mentioned in this video. It won't always be that simple, as there's going to be enemies that are far apart from each other, giving you several points of danger throughout each zone. I know movement is not the only thing you need for a successful run, but it's one of the most important aspects of one. Don't forget to practice with each movement mechanic, whether it's at base camp or at the lower difficulties. Let me know down in the comment section below what topic I should do next for this series. Why you suck at Roboquest.